things.
It's your birthday. You should be ready to party.
Happy Borf.
Borf
You should dance if you want to.
You should leave your friends behind.
No, you can leave your friends behind. It's
No,
not
you should.
You are my friends. What does that mean for you? You're literally some of the only friends that I talk to on a regular basis.
Go on without us, Queen.
I was gonna say, this tracks for my life story, so I don't know what you're on about.
Hashtag slay girl boss.
I need you to stop talking.
Birthday girl.
Birthday garf.
No.
Slay
No.
enemies.
Yeah.
Your
We
enemy.
shall slay you with a sword.
So, we are going to... Oh, wait, I should say hello.
Maybe.
Hi, everybody.
Oh my goodness, hold on.
Everybody. Winnie
No.
no.
We leave that in. The dog
Okay.
also says hello.
She's going outside. I didn't think about that.
Clearly, we are prepared tonight.
We're so prepared. Hi, everybody, and welcome to a Brunch of Idiots podcast. My name is
Huzzah.
Riley, your hostess with the mostess, and I am here with RJ, Jay,
Boo.
and Aiden.
There's a ghost here?
And today we're wishing happy brunch to Tijuana, Mexico.
Happy
Yeah.
brunch, Tijuana, Mexico.
We're also wishing happy brunch to Riley.
She's old now.
Happy birth brunch. I am still in my 20s.
Happy
Not much
happy
longer.
brunch day.
Yeah, I still have 2 years to be 20-something.
This
Right, he's about to
Bigfoot's
shrivel up
going
and die.
on the
I
next year to immortality.
I have been 20 something for 20 two numbers. Excuse me. Anyway,
I'm scared for this brunch
Let me
podcast
just make
topic.
Oh, you should
bleep
be.
note here.
sorry.
Today's episode is on controversial game opinions. It could be any game. I was thinking specifically video games. But, you know. And it doesn't necessarily have to be controversial. It could just be very strong. Strong game opinions.
I have so many strong emotions about everything, but this topic specifically. So, question.
Yeah.
You remember that thing that I was talking about today? Does that
Yes.
count? Is that something I should talk about?
That is something you are allowed to talk about.
I
Yes.
feel
It is
like
within
that's what
those
sparked
parameters.
this.
It is, in fact, what sparked the idea.
Oh, joy.
Well, go ham, RJ.
Buckle up, brunchers.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to go into too much depth.
Oh, I was buckled up.
But
I can't
I'm
undo
I wasn't.
this.
We go through the windshield with this, okay? We don't.
Yeah.
Safety goes out the window. And so do we.
A famous
Anyway.
brunch saying.
My controversial opinion, and this one I think is controversial. Really, it's not even a controversial opinion so much as it's just me hating, which is usual. That's normal, right? I hate player versus player games. Like, I will play them with my friends because I know they're at least tolerable assholes, right?
Not me. I have no chill.
I genuinely do not understand the point of player versus player games. And I played with several of my friends in pretty competitive Paladins teams. Before they shut it down. Rest in peace, Paladins.
Forever.
Hello. What? When did that happen?
Oh, did you not hear?
You
No,
didn't hear about
I
it?
had
Okay,
not.
here's another one. Stop shutting things down when... Anyway, yeah, what's the studio's name?
High
they
res.
Yeah, High Res. They ran out of money, so they shut Paladins down. Like, they just randomly laid everybody off and shut the game down. So no more Paladins for anybody. If that was
Bye-bye,
something you
Paladins.
enjoyed,
It was fun playing you that one time I played.
That
I
was
would like a
this
Genos,
refund
my
for my
beloved.
lifetime
Right?
champions.
Do not. Okay, that is. Here's my controversial opinion. Do not completely shut something down without contingency plans if you are going to be selling something that is labeled lifetime. Like, I get it's supposed to be the lifetime of the game, right? But reach out to somebody who has like 3 trillion hours in the game and say, hey, would you be okay with running like the lightest server possible for this? Because I guarantee you somebody can make it into a passion project. But no, they're not going to let you do that because no game ever lets you do that. And I think that's really stupid when people have money sunk into something.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what they did with, Team Fortress 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
With Valve?
Yeah, they turned the files over to their community
Yep.
and just said, here you go, make things.
See, and
And
that's the thing, is like,
make things
if you're
they
not going to
did.
be not only just supporting it, but like, if you're not making any money off of it anymore, why do you care? Just hand it over to them.
Right. Exactly.
That's one thing that I think is
Certain companies.
Yeah. Okay,
Well-
so... Sorry, I'll let you finish your thought.
My prime example of that, off the top of my head, right, is Lego Universe. That was a fantastic game. I had so much. It was the first video game that I actually genuinely had fun playing, and I was like 13, right? And right as Aiden and I were able to pay for like the premium membership to like have unfettered access to the whole site, they shut down. We had like a month and we paid for 3. It was so bad. And then somebody tried to resurrect it as a passion project and Lego just shut them down hardcore.
Sued them,
So, yep. And they're not making any money off of the IP anymore. They don't make any sets with it. Like, it's stupid. Anyway, your turn,
So-
RJ.
This is a problem. One of the many. Okay. For the sake of legal reasons and also other reasons, I'm going to call this company the Yahoo Plumber Company. If you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. I have many problems with this company. They're incredibly anti-consumer, and a lot of more problems have come to light lately with the release of a specific console that the Yahoo Plumber Company makes. Anyway, this specific instance that Riley is talking about, I feel like ties back, especially with this company and their older IPs that are no longer sold, they're no longer supported. And I would like to add, these are like 15, 20-year-old titles, like games, physical copies of games that are no longer being produced. They're no longer being sold. The Yahoo Plumber Company does not make money off of these anymore. So it's kind of frustrating to see the like emulation of these and the modding and I think they're called like ROM hacks for these games be so heavily policed by the Yahoo Plumber Company, when again they don't make any money off of it, right? But
Yep.
also, like, I don't understand how they can just hate people enjoying their game so much, because a lot of these people who go and will mod these games or make, custom versions of it or whatever, add stuff to it, like, they love these games so much. It is a passion of theirs that they are inspired by it. And so they go and they take what was already made and make it slightly different for more people to enjoy, right? They build off of it. And it seems very counterproductive for them to not hire these people and instead just smite their work from the face of the earth. But also stuff like popular fighter games, right? Tournaments, events of people enjoying this game so much that they're willing to come together to play these games get shut down. I'm like, why do you not want people to enjoy your product? I don't understand. But instead are just forced to just blindly pay money for, I don't know. It's just one facet of my many problems with that company. But another one that I have a problem with that I was actually mentioning today, cameras. This console released with cameras, but not with cameras. Obviously, you have to pay for them separately. But this console just released, and it has this new video chat feature where you can hang out with your friends while playing the game, kind of similar to Discord, but built into the platform, which, by the way, is a paywalled service. Haha. But you also have to pay for the camera. And one of them, in my opinion, one of the most appealing versions of the cameras they have is a 480p camera in 2025.
Okay, what?
It is
Yeah.
what? It is 480p resolution, and not only that, it is not disclosed anywhere on the packaging that it is 480p. It is not disclosed anywhere inside the packaging, so in the user manual, it's not in there. It is not available on any of the major retailers' website information when you go to their product. So you have to find out after you've paid $40 for this camera that it is a 480p camera on an already terrible service that is paywalled on a console that you don't technically own because of licensing wishy-washy agreement nonsense.
Dang.
But I found that out today about the camera. I was like, are you kidding me? It's 480p in 2025. We are selling
ridiculous.
480p cameras.
The bare minimum for cameras, like webcams, is like 720, I think, at this point.
And even that was like a standard, like back when Skype was a thing.
Right.
Like 1080p is kind of like the hard standard now, if not 4K. You know, because 4K is slapped on everything, whether or not it's actually 4K. You get so many of these like Chinese like dash cams or whatever, 4K. You know, or the little personal handheld recorders, 4K. It's not 4K, but like
at the very
1080p
least, it's 1080.
Yeah, but 480 is unheard of.
No, it's unacceptable.
That's cheap.
Well, and in the promotional video, when they were showing it off, the camera looked like buttons. Like, it did not look good.
Yeah.
But they insisted that it was a great camera. They were everybody was insisting upon it. I felt like I was in an episode of The Twilight Zone. I have felt like I was in the episode of A Twilight Zone. Like, oof. Gaslit.
Yeah.
I have never purchased a device from the Yahoo plumber company because I never had any consoles growing up.
Yeah.
I think I had one of the foldable ones that was 3D that somebody had given me.
I had emulators of Yahoo Plumber Company's games. Still do. Don't care. And I was accused of stealing by youth leaders because I had those.
But
And
again,
never in my life paid for the actual game.
But again, here's the thing. It goes back to what I was saying before. If they're not selling this product anymore, and if they're not making any money off of it anymore, I don't understand why it would matter.
That's why I thought it was Redonkadoo.
But regardless, and here's my controversial opinion, the controversial opinion. If purchasing isn't owning,
then piracy isn't stealing.
Correct. And I'm sure you've heard it before. You'll probably hear it again. I stand by it. I don't care what you have to say. It's the truth. If I purchase something and that is not me purchasing it and owning it, then piracy is not stealing.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yep. 100% agree.
pirate
I
our
do
podcast.
have a slightly different controversial note.
Oh.
And no doubt this will probably catch us some shade, so sorry, y'all. But I'm going to say it.
Be brave.
I'm gonna be brave. I shall spread my butterfly night wings and fly across the seven seas. I think genuinely that, like, games that are designed to break gamers and gamers that only game on, like, the hardest of modes to, like, I don't know, for the challenge or whatever, I think that they need help.
Are you saying, like, specifically people who intentionally subject themselves to the hardest difficulty at all times?
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to make sure I was understanding that correctly.
You know,
Like, let's say, for example, because Helldivers is a controversial game, very widely known, someone that purposefully goes to, like, the hardest difficulty just because it's a challenge.
I personally have no problem with that. Where I have a problem is when they try to drag other people who are not interested in playing for the challenge.
The gatekeeping aspect of it.
Well,
You're
it's
not
not-
really playing the game unless you do it this way.
That's I can see both. For me, I tend to agree. I can enjoy it sometimes if it's something where it's like a goofy, like, hey, let's put it on the hardest difficulty and see how long we can last. Like,
Right,
that's fine
but
to me.
that's like rock brain mode. That's not like
But when it
I do
starts
it
to
for the
become
love of
like
the game.
every game that you get, you know,
Yeah.
is, or like, I'll look around. I want to play like an action game of some kind. And the only ones I can find are those kinds of games with those kinds of people.
Yeah.
It makes it really hard for me to sit down and go, oh, I want to play this.
Yeah. I could understand that.
And I know that there's the whole, like, oh, if you don't want to do it this way, then don't play the game.
That's an
Like-
extremely, like, pendulum swing kind of take.
Yeah, it's just like, that's stupid. That's really stupid, especially if you're a developer saying that, because then you make your thing exclusive.
That's
Which means-
wild.
Yeah, which
What the
means you don't get many people to buy it.
On the inverse though, I would like to say I'm pulling my toga on, not to play devil's advocate because that's not what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right now, we're plagued with that kind of game, but we're also plagued with the kind of game where the developers are trying to make a game for literally everybody. Right?
That's so true.
And I like Roblox or Fortnite, right? Which Roblox is its own can of worms right now. But you take a game that had a specific demographic, and for the sake of growth, for growth's sake, not necessarily because you want to make the game better, but because you want to grow the game, you add other things to it that either break the game. The Sims is an excellent example of this. It either breaks the game and causes certain parts of the game that used to be like standard parts of the game to no longer be usable, or you make it to where it's not fun for your original core demographic anymore. And
Yeah.
then there's this whole mentality that's been going around where if the original demographic doesn't like the game anymore, it is somehow their fault.
Yeah.
And that's been going on quite a bit, I've noticed. And that is very frustrating. Because I feel like if you've changed a game so much to where it is no longer what people originally signed up for, they should be allowed to not like it anymore.
That's kind of how I felt about Across the Obelisk.
Yeah.
Because I loved that game when it first came out. I had a blast. And I kind of got burnt out a little bit on it. And the main reason for that was because there were a bunch of people who played it either solo or with each other when I wasn't available. And so they leveled way up. And you can scale down to other people's level, but it just kind of killed it for me. So I took a break, right? They released some DLC for it. And I would play over here and there, just kind of whenever people were in the mood. And they kept adding stuff to the game. And it got to the point where it's like, I don't know what's even going on anymore.
Right.
And I don't want to have to pay for any of the
Yeah.
DLC or go through this process of unlocking all the characters, or the pets or items or cards or whatever. It's like I already had everything more or less figured out. And it was like, I had all the variety I wanted. And they just kept adding more, which is great for some people. But it really turned me off of the game. And that was my preference. And like, people didn't necessarily go and like crucify me over it or anything like that, but it was like, it just kind of killed the vibe for me. It's like I can't really play that game with the people that I originally played with anymore. So,
No, that is
That's
understandable.
fair.
I've had games like that for me. There was a old browser Star Wars game called Clone Wars Adventure.
I love
was gonna bring this up. Okay, go on. I love this game.
Just briefly for me, because I was like at the start of it, in the middle of it. I think I took a big break and then I jumped on towards the very end, and it was very different. And it was just like,
It was like
it was
you were
kind of odd.
flashbanged.
Yeah. It was like, well, I'm done. And then it died. Yeah, that's as far as I'm going. You can bring the rest up, Jay.
Oh, I wasn't. So, I think I hopped on it much later than you did because I was looking for like a Star Wars game to play, and then I think after Clone Wars Adventures died, I hopped on Star Wars: The Old Republic,
Yeah.
which I thought was the same vein. It's actually quite a bit different given
Vastly
the
different.
ratings.
Yeah.
But my parents didn't know that at the time, so, and probably still don't, honestly. But the Clone Wars Adventures I really enjoyed, and I was gonna kind of tie that back into what Riley was talking about earlier about games that people enjoy just getting taken. Like, I think it's a lot of live service games that when they get taken down, there's just no way to play them again. That and like stuff like Club Penguin, which I know a lot of people were petitioning to bring back in the day. I don't know if that ever became a thing or what happened with that.
There might be an
I'm not
emulator
really
for it,
sure.
but I don't think there's any server.
Mm,
So there's no people interaction.
yeah. So stuff like that's kind of really infuriating. And and especially when you find a game like that that you really enjoy and then can't find anything else really like it. That's always really
you try
difficult.
to find the one, but there's never ever the one again.
It's hard to find an exact replacement for stuff like that, especially when it gets taken down. I got lucky that I really enjoyed SWTOR,
Mm-hmm.
like
There,
to an almost like an addiction level for a while there.
Club Penguin does have a couple of independent servers still out.
Ah,
Oh snap!
So
let's go.
yeah, I was going to say,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that people are still playing Club Penguin, but it's kind of
W
become
for
more
the
of like
Pengu.
a legend,
yeah, it's kind of a thing people go on to for nostalgia's sake more than it is something that is regularly. But it's still a W for Club Penguin.
Right.
Absolutely.
I feel like Club Penguin players are kind of like a specific like group of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Like,
do. Yeah.
like there's not Club Penguin people, and then there's Club Penguin people, and I don't really know how to describe the difference. But there's such a distinct difference where someone's like, "Yeah, I play Club Penguin," or "I used to play Club Penguin." You'd be like, "Yeah, that checks out." I don't know what it is.
If you know, you know.
It's just it's just one of those things where it's like you're either a Club Penguin person or you're not.
Yep.
Mhm.
I have another controversial opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Fire away.
Subscription games, specifically for MMOs.
Yes.
Pointless, waste of money, not fun gameplay. And the reason why I say that is because from my experience, my very limited experience with MMOs, they tend to be a lot of fluff gameplay.
Yeah.
Until you get to the point where you're up to date with everything. And I'm talking specifically, you've already finished all the quests, you've gotten all the good items, and all you have to do at this point is just kind of grind for major events. You know, when they release like a new boss or a new dungeon to raid, you know, and you have to go and grind to get all the rest of the gear that you're going to use for a day, and then wait until the next new event comes out. But I've never really understood the merit to paying consistently for a game where you're just going to be stuck in a cycle of waiting for the new content to come out, because I don't think they could possibly come out with any new content fast enough to justify paying for that game for that long. And I know that a lot of them have ways for you to pay for your membership through in-game currency, and that's great.
Mm-hmm.
But the amount of money that you spend on that game and the amount of time that you have to spend on that game in order to make it worth it just does not seem like a valuable or fun use of any amount of time. And I know that it's like a thing for some people, you know, like World of Warcraft players, and especially RuneScape players who've been playing since, I don't know,
the
when
dawn of
RuneScape came out.
time.
Yeah, like since the creation of the first computer, you know, grinding out their level 100 fishing.
And God said, "Let there be
RuneScape.
RuneScape.
And
Anyway.
there was.
But yeah, it's just, I never really understood the merit of it, and I kind of feel a little bit sad for people when they're like, yeah, I play World of Warcraft. But I don't know. That's my opinion. I think they're just a waste of money and time, and I would never pay for a subscription game.
It's very interesting that you bring that up right after I mentioned Star Wars: The Old Republic, one of my favorite games ever at this point, probably, which is an MMORPG.
That also had a subscription.
Which I never paid for.
Yeah, you never...
And I was very happy not having the subscription, because for me, there was so much content before the level cap.
Yeah.
That for me, I could, like, I played all 8 character classes all the way through to the end. Hit level 50, and then they, like, there were promotional codes and stuff, so I could get the effects of having a subscription without actually paying the subscription, and they would release these codes all the time. So I think I can get up to level 60 as the cap and play through at least a few of the DLCs that would have been, you know, a subscription or just a purchase the access to the DLC for free.
But that's like if you're gonna do it, that's the right way to do it. You know what's the wrong way to do it?
What's the wrong way to do it, Riley?
GTA Online.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, don't bring me back. Don't do it. It still hurts.
Man.
It's been like a year and it still hurts.
It hurts me too.
Here's a controversial gaming opinion. Rockstar, you.
That's not controversial. I feel like that is perfectly acceptable.
For context, by the way, listeners, Rockstar, I used to play GTA 5 all the time. It was like my game. That was what got me through the pandemic, right? Is I played GTA 5 while I was locked in my house for months. And we used to play together all the time.
Yep.
And one day, randomly, I go to get in... I was at work, and I checked my email, and I had an email from Rockstar saying that my account had gotten suspended, and all of my online progress had been wiped. And if you know anything about Rockstar support, suspensions, bans, any kind of like security or whatever enforcement is non-appealable, and they don't offer explanations as to why. So I lost all of my hundreds of hours of progress, all of my stuff, my money, my cars, my shops. I lost everything. They would not tell me why, and I could not appeal it. And I've never modded the game. I've never hacked, right? And we almost exclusively played in private online servers away from like public lobbies. It was just us.
Yep.
And my account just randomly got smitten, and there was nothing I could do about it. So, anyway, sorry. Continue on, Riley.
Nope. I mean, that's about it for me.
I got another one, and this is another, like, very controversial opinion, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready for this. Games that require outside purchases of little figurines should have never existed.
Yes.
And that's as somebody who loved one of the original ones, UB Funkies.
Yeah.
UB Funkies?
UB Funkies.
Funkies. They were like the predecessor to Skylanders, right? You had a little USB dongle that was the platform for your little Funkies. And the Funkies like that you purchased each had, different what are they called? Mini games attached to them because it was an MMORPG, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, kind of. It kind of was an MMORPG.
Sort of. Yeah.
I think it was closer to like how Club Penguin was as far as MMO works.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rather than stuff like World of Warcraft or Destiny.
Right.
There wasn't
you
really
could
any
you could go
combat.
around and find each other and chat with each other and go to each other's houses, but like and some games you could play with each other.
Yeah.
So it's like more like a social platform.
Yeah, it was more of a social platform, but
It
each of those
was.
little figures unlocked one of the mini games that were available on the different
Not
worlds.
just mini games. They unlocked
Right.
areas.
Yeah, different worlds
Like
you could go
entire
to.
worlds.
And some of those worlds were essential to finishing the main storyline of the game because the game had a storyline.
Yep.
So you had to make those purchases in order to finish the game.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So it was like physical microtransactions.
Yeah, and then Skylanders, I never really got into it, but I know it got really big. There were multiple games with it, multiple figurines. I don't even know if the figurines from one game would transfer to another. They might have.
Think in some circumstances they did, but like if a new game came out, you couldn't 100% it without buying stuff that you didn't already own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there was that. But then this other one, right? Oh, I got so mad about it. So Lego Universe went and died. And in my opinion, I have a lot of opinions about that. I think a lot of business strategy could have been better. A lot of so many things could have changed. But the thing was, the game that came out immediately after Lego Universe, almost immediately at least, and it infuriated me, was Lego Dimensions.
Oh yeah.
Do y'all know about that?
I vaguely remember it because I think I tried to get on Lego Universe right before it died, and then when I met you, you were talking about Lego Dimensions a little bit.
So
Yeah.
Lego Dimensions kind of carried the aspect from the mini games of Lego Universe, but it was blocked behind stupid minifigures that you had to buy to put on this little pedestal and upload them onto the game.
You know what I think the worst perpetrator of this figure online game shtick was?
Who?
What?
Webkins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that appealed to such a wide audience, and the fact that not only did you have to pay for the stuffed animal physically in order to have it in the video game, but also the fact that they had a lifespan. So
Yeah.
Yeah, they eventually were
only-
gone.
you could only play with that animal on the online platform for a certain amount of time, and then you couldn't use it anymore. So you had to keep buying them. And growing up, my mom, thankfully, saw how dumb they were, and I think I only had like one my entire life, and it was a hippo, and I played with it like, I don't know, maybe 3 times or whatever, because I wasn't allowed on the computer all that often. And I logged in one day, I went back in, it was like, yeah, you can't use this anymore. I was like, okay.
Dang.
What a
You know-
way to spend your day. Like, your limited computer access. You're hyped to get on and play with your hippo. And then, boom.
I would
Failure.
be absolutely like furious.
So-
And I'm pretty
You
sure
know-
I'd just gotten finished like doing yard work, and like, so I was like, I just showered and stuff, and I was like, yeah, computer time. And I get on, and then nothing. I was like, okay, cool.
So, there's actually another company that did this sort of thing as well. Disney with Disney Infinity.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember
Mhm.
those.
But I
I feel like
hear it didn't
that-
take off so well.
Yeah, I feel like the advertisements were like super saturated, but I don't think I knew a single person who played.
I think a lot of people at that point in time, like this was after Lego Dimensions, and there's already been so many of those games,
Yeah,
just kind of caught on and were like, I don't want to buy. Who wants to be Syndrome in a video game?
yeah,
mean-
but I think that's ultimately what it was just it came down to timing, because that, I guess, kind of gimmick was only good for 1 or 2 games before parents started figuring out, hey, we probably don't want to buy our kids this game if it means we're going to have to end up paying $300 on these figurines that are just going to sit in a box for years when they're
Mhm.
done playing this game for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like a lot of the Disney characters were not that appealing, because, like you said, like, oh, cool, it's Sully. Let's go pay money for a Sully figure in a video game. Like, I feel like the
Yeah.
Skylanders really appealed more to kids,
Yeah.
specifically because they
Agreed.
were like goofy little monsters, and they had weapons.
freaky fish
and-
people and things.
Yeah.
And I think they did a
Yeah.
Spyro crossover too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because everyone
Yeah.
knows that Spyro is everyone. People love
You
Spyro.
shut your mouth. A lot of people
Spyro
did
is
back
still
then.
successful in making games, and people remember it's
Actually,
Spyro.
a Spyro game came out like less than 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That
did
is
it?
true.
I
And it
didn't
was
see
very
about it.
successful in
It
its
was incredibly
community.
successful.
Was it? 'Cause I don't remember.
Yeah.
it.
Well, you also are,
Is
a
it called
You
consumer
don't
of a
have
Spyro
your
different
finger on the
demographic.
pulse of the
Spyro
Spyro
the pee-pee
community.
poo-poo man? Spyro and the Poo Poo Mountain.
Spyro.
Oh gosh. Controversial takes with RJ.
Yeah, I got him. I got him. Oh, here's a controversial take. This is not even just me being hateful. It's just straight up controversy. I don't like platformers. I think they're stupid.
I hate the only platformer I have ever enjoyed, even a little bit, was Fancy Pants Adventures. And it's
That-
mostly because I
yes.
could whack things with a pencil.
Yes.
I liked
valid.
Terraria, but I feel like that can hardly be called a
That's not
platformer,
really a platformer.
It's not what it was
It's
made
a
to be.
survival crafter.
which is shocking given how much I abhor survival crafters. Which, okay, controversial opinion, I guess, while we're here. I got so tired of Minecraft, and even, like, at some point, like, even creative mode wasn't helpful. Like, the only time I ever get on Minecraft at all, even remotely these days, it was like, hey, you want to do, like, a handful of mini games? Like, once every, like,
2 years.
year and a half.
Yeah.
Y'all remember what I
Yeah.
was saying about Club Penguin people?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like the same could be said about Minecraft.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
there are Minecraft people.
They're
Yes.
absolutely Minecraft people.
And
Yes.
Yes.
I was going to ask, what kind of people are we? I guess we were GTA people.
You're still
I
Minecraft
wasn't.
people.
I'm so sorry. What?
Well, see, the thing is, Minecraft people come in different flavors. There's like 3 or 4 different flavors of Minecraft people, but they're all Minecraft people.
I haven't played Minecraft in a year and a half. What are you talking
Well, I mean, it's kind of like
about?
how RJ is a Call of Duty people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's the okay.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I get
No,
it.
I
I was
understand.
so insulted. Like legitimately
No.
was over
No,
here
no,
like,
Riley, you're
wow, I'm
one of the
gonna
good
go and
ones.
lick my wounds for a minute.
No.
Ow.
No. However, never mind. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I'm curious now what kind
No,
of people
you gotta say
think I
it. Come
am.
on. Be a brave boy.
Wait, what'd you say, Jay?
So I'm curious now what kind of people you think I am.
You're a snake people. That's different.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Appreciate that.
You're a D&D person.
Oh yeah, you're a
no,
tabletop.
actually,
You're
I'm
a dice nerd.
tabletopper.
That's absolutely right. Yeah.
You're
You
a
got
math
me.
rock nerd.
Math rock nerd.
Rock, both of you to a. I like my plastic. I like.
They're plastic rocks.
No. Now, don't you get me started on my dice.
Ah, shoot,
What?
I lost my
I only
controversy
have
that I
one
was
that
gonna
would
pull up.
really even be remotely considered a rock because it's made out of amethyst. Because I wouldn't consider metal a rock because metal is metal.
I got it. I got my controversy back.
Okay. What's your controversy?
It's... This kind of strays from video games, though.
That's fine.
Gucci
It's
goals.
games in general. Go.
Yeah.
Well, so the internet, I think, isn't for kids and shouldn't be
Oh.
made or formed into a thing that's for kids.
Amen.
I mean,
100%.
everything is like almost everything is at least PG-13.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about so the UK, right? And there are certain parts of the globe that are starting to do this, are requiring certain games to have beyond facial recognition. They're starting to require your license number and things like that. Very sensitive and private information that, if it were in the hands of someone malicious, you could lose your identity.
And we all know how
And
secure different
they
video
say
games are.
the
video games
the
companies
banner
are.
rallied behind this is that it's for the safety of the children. Which, of course, a lot of people in our society are throwing children to the internet.
They're throwing
and saying,
children.
Have fun.
Yeah, they are. Just yeeting them.
And that's the thing, is when you use iPads and TVs and phones as babysitters, but also I feel like a lot of that could be solved with parenting,
Yeah.
just
Yes.
parenting. It's like if you just parent your child, you don't have to worry about what they're getting into. If you didn't buy them Call of Duty Black Ops 704, you're not going to have to worry about what games they're playing. If you actually spend time with them and, put parental controls or have conversations with your children about what's safe and what's not safe to access on the internet, you're not going to have to worry about it.
Right.
But, I mean, that's straying a bit far from games anyway.
Well, no, but at the same time, it's not really, because you have situations right now, like the Roblox situation, where, they're cracking down on quote-unquote vigilante justice, and it's caused quite a bit of an uproar because they do almost no moderation. I mean, I think they have 3,000 people hired as moderators, and the rest is done with AI, and you can tell. You can definitely tell.
When Chris Hansen himself is investigating you as a gaming company,
Yeah.
there's a problem.
So, but that's not really the controversy here. The controversy is At what point in time? Now, mind you, I think Roblox is grossly negligent.
Yes.
No doubt about that. There are some things on that platform that should not be there, period, because it is basically pornography. But at what point in time is it a parent's responsibility to step up and make sure their child is being safe on the internet? It should be, the parents should be the first line of defense. And if parents are not watching their children and making sure their children are maintaining safe internet practices, then they are largely at fault for anything that happens to that child.
Yeah, so here's how this conversation, I think, should go. Hey, mom and or dad, I want to install this game. My friends are all playing this game, and I'd really like to be able to get on there. Okay. What's it about? They tell me, right? Okay. Well, let's do some research. Oh, this has little to no supervision or enforcement. Probably not going to play this game.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, and that's what mine and Aiden's parents did. We had a couple of really broad base rules, and then we were allowed to kind of negotiate based on, situational things about the game. Like, we weren't really allowed to play big MMOs if there was a typed chat function. If there was a chat function where there were presets, we were allowed to play it, right? Because that's a good safety measure in a game with children. So stuff like that. I mean, there were other things, like we weren't allowed to play games where we were shooting humans, but we could shoot aliens.
And robots.
Stuff like that. I think that's fairly reasonable. I like the way that my parents did that. Because I didn't feel like I grew up under a rock that way. Sure, I didn't play everything that everybody did, but I knew about stuff.
Yep.
I was aware of stuff purely because of, like, other people talking about it. Because I didn't get to play a ton of games. My parents were pretty stringent about what I could and could not play. And every once in a while something slipped through the cracks because they thought it was like something else that it wasn't. But, like, I remember when Fortnite came out. At the time, I was a young teen. It was the sort of thing I was looking to play. I'm like, this would be perfect, right? Because there's no gore, there's no nothing. It's building and then, shooting each other in a very cartoonish way. Not like GTA or something else that it would be something else I would have been, people like me would have been interested in at the time.
Right.
Where my parents were like, well, you already have enough, like, gun games for right now. You don't, like, need Fortnite. So, I don't know. It's one of those things.
As somebody who has talked to a 4-year-old who is actively playing Assassin's Creed solo by himself and loved telling me about it, I think telling a kid you have enough shooting games is perfectly reasonable, because I have never been so horrified as listening to that 4-year-old explain to me how he shanked somebody.
Through a window and stab him in the eye.
That's exactly. I was like, oh my goodness, where are your parents? And of course, he was the kid whose parents would bring him to the karate studio, drop him off, and leave him for an hour and a half. So, like, I couldn't have a conversation with his parents, and honestly, I don't think I was allowed to because I was, like, 16. But I'm over here like, oh my goodness, I don't think I'm allowed to play Assassin's Creed. I don't think I would want to. So. Like, perfectly acceptable for an adult. Like, go for it. But a 4-year-old, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I can understand, like, telling a 13-year-old kid no to Assassin's Creed, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Fortnite, maybe that's just me being bitter, because I've out of spite just never played Fortnite ever. So
I thought you
That's
played
fair
Lego
enough, it's not
Fortnite
much.
that one time.
I play Lego Fortnite, but that's not exactly that's some
That's
survival
not the
craft.
same
really
thing.
wasn't.
That's one of those.
It was a survival
Did not
crafter.
enjoy that. No. I somehow got strong armed into playing the one genre of game I didn't like. I don't know what happened
My
there.
dearest friend, you get strong-armed into playing the one genre of game you don't like incredibly often because you have an excessive amount of FOMO.
Well, yeah, and that's like one of the only genres that gets played sometimes.
Yeah.
One more controversial opinion.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm going to take this. This one was one expressed by RJ. So if you want to like pick up where I set it down, feel free. That way you can fully express this. But like fad games,
Oh,
yeah. Essentially, where like all the companies see this one concept that just becomes widely popular and very fun for this one game that starts it. And all the other companies are like, that is the thing we're gonna do. We're going to get all the social media people to play our game.
yeah. So here's because we were talking about this morning, and I think that this is initially what kind of kicked off this whole concept. Because I brought it up. This is something that I was thinking about. I don't like the state of AAA gaming right now, and so I tend to put a lot of indie devs on pedestals because I feel like they actually pour a lot of time, effort, and passion into their games to make it a good piece of work because they care about what they create instead of it being about profit. That's not always the case. And I feel like that's where this tends to come from, is because games like, these were the examples that I gave this morning, Phasmophobia, Only Up, Lethal Company. These are all very popular indie games, or were. I don't know if they still are necessarily. And there's nothing bad about them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking bad about the games. It's the clones that come after it, where people design the exact same game, but with like slightly different settings or different mechanics, because they're popular. And these initial games, they're really good. And so content creators like YouTubers and Twitch streamers, they'll go on and they'll play this game with all their friends. People watch it and they're like, wow, they're having a lot of fun. That looks fun. So they go and they buy this game, right? And so what happens is these clone games just get like super popular really, really quick. People play them, 2 or 3 times and then never touch them again. And it's like, yeah, it's like a third of the price of a AAA game, but zero replay. You're only playing that because it's popular and you watched everyone else playing it.
Mm-hmm.
But also it annoys me personally because it feels really uninspired. You're not creating something, you're copying something to make a quick buck, to capitalize off of the fad. Like the silly band craze of like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
What was that? or early 2010s, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
everyone was making silly bands. They were everywhere. There were silly bands in like Staples.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, and you see this mentality in other places. Like I was saying earlier today, you see it in fashion, like all the time. It's 90% of the fashion industry at this point. You see it in makeup a lot. Like it's an entire subculture of makeup where people are like, I'm going to buy the dupe instead of the original because the dupe is cheaper. But as somebody who is in that culture, I get so desensitized towards these copycat games because it's in other parts of my life. I don't even realize it's happening. And even if I did recognize a knockoff game I personally would not first glance look at that and go, oh my goodness. But when you bring it up, yeah, it's an excellent point. I mean, because at what point in time is it stealing somebody else's intellectual property?
Yeah. For me, I think what it boils down to is it's just kind of disappointing because, in my opinion, indie game devs are the ones who are currently carrying like the last burning embers of why people started making video games in the first place. You know, they carry that passion with them for the most part. You know, when I say that, I'm speaking generally about those specific people. But then there are these, you know, copycat devs who just pump out, you know, clone games the second something gets popular to make a quick buck. And I feel like it's ultimately disgracing that passion that people put into these games. And also, it takes up space, you know, on the Steam store or, you know, the Xbox store or whatever digital store. It takes up space that could otherwise be used to promote a really good product. You know, like there was a game that I played called The Plucky Squire. And I waited for this game to come out.
So good.
Because when I saw the trailers, I was amazed. And when I played the game, Riley can attest to it. I was flabbergasted with how good the game looked. And it was a short story, but it was so well made and every little detail was thought out well. It played awesome. It was so fun and engaging. It was like, why aren't more people playing this game? Right? Just a short, sweet little story-based game. But imagine if that had been buried down by whatever only up clone is coming out, you know, now, and you never got to hear about it. So it's just, I feel like they're kind of just a waste of space. And YouTubers and Twitch streamers, I mean, they're just trying to have fun and, you know, make a living. But I feel like it's ultimately just harmful to the indie gaming community.
Yeah. Well, it's harmful for the overall ecosystem. I mean, literally, because it's taking up space that doesn't necessarily need to be taken up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that was exciting. Thank you all for watching. Aiden, do you have words for us?
I do.
Beautiful.
I will say humor may not be the prime time of this one, but
this was a very serious podcast.
This was gonna be all in the read, the delivery, Aiden.
Yeah.
This broadcast was brought to you by these words: Old, Lifetime, Yahoo Plumber, Lego, Club Penguin, Subscription, You Rockstar, Spyro and the Poo Poo Mountain, Dice, Safety, Survival Crafter. Thanks for listening.
You censored that.
You rockstar.
We need to add RJ saying
I'll just add the bleep.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, thank you very much for watching, and happy brunch to Tijuana.
Happy brunch, Tijuana.
Anybody else have anything to say before we close out?
I too did.
Thanks
Happy
for
birthday,
watching.
Riley.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.